Hey, that was great. All right, we're live. I like it. Thumb drive worked. So today is the 23rd, 3/23/22. So what we want to do today, our objective is to graph parabolas from the X-Intercepts. We're also going to find equations from that, but not, first of all, let's just get the graphs, then we'll find the equation, okay? And I'll say and equations. And equations. We're going to do both, okay? I'll let you write that down. Hoping today should be easy. All right, let's start here. A parabola has an x-intercept at -1. Okay, that's there, right? That's my x-axis, right? X-axis, y-axis. So x-intercept of -1 and at 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Has a y-intercept of 0, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's all we have. That's not enough. We really need the vertex. We really need the vertex. So the vertex is probably right here, okay, right in the middle. You guys agree? I'm pretty sure if I look at this that my vertex has got, or my line of symmetry has got to be right about here, right? So what I could do is, if I'm not sure, I could do the average. I could do the average. Yeah. Average between the intercepts would be -1 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 4/2, which is 2. Kind of what I thought, right? Everybody agree? I was pretty sure, even just looking at it, that it had to be there. So I know the middle. The middle of the graph is right there. That's my line of symmetry. Okay, so my line of symmetry is at x equals 2. Okay, thumbs up so far? Yeah? Now, somewhere along this line is the vertex. I'm pretty sure it's up here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's upside down because of this point. I'm pretty sure it's got to be up here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where up there. So to find the y value, let's plug it in. So we're going to plug in x equals 2, and we're going to plug it into the equation. So I'm going to plug the 2 into, but I don't have an equation yet, right? So I need an equation. So let's see if we can come up with an equation, all right? So what I have is this. I need an equation. So I can go y equals a times x plus 1, x minus 5. Okay, now, where did I get that? Well, I know my many equations, x minus 1, will give me an answer of -1. You guys agree with that? That mini equation will give me an answer of -1. Everybody agree with that? And this mini equation, x minus 5, would give me +5, right? I know there's got to be some number a. And this number a kind of determines whether it's upside down, front face, right side up. So what I want to do is find the value of a. To find the value of a, we need to plug in a point. So we're going to plug in a point, okay? So let's plug in a point right here. I need more, so I'm going to plug in first. I'm going to plug in my point at 0, 5. So I'll put my 5 here for y. I'll plug in my 0 here for x. My 0 also for x. If I simplify, I'll get the value of a, right? So if I simplify this, let's see, 5 is equal to a times 1 times -5, right? I need to find the value of a before I can find the vertex. So then I've got 5 equals negative 5a, because I just multiplied 1 times negative 5. And what I get, divided by negative 5, divided by negative 5, I get negative 1, is a. So I have an equation, I really do. I have an equation of y equals negative 1, x plus 1, x minus 5. Well, I've got an equation, let's find the vertex. So I have an equation, let's find the vertex. So I know the x value of the vertex is 2, so if I plug in 2, I'll get my y value of my vertex. Alright, so I'm going to go y equals negative 1, x value of 2 plus 1, 2 minus 5, because I plugged 2 in for x, 2 in for x. Y is equal to negative 1 times 3 times a negative 3. Y is going to be positive 9. So my vertex is way up at, my vertex is going to be at the point 2, 9. Okay, I'm going to circle that because that's an important answer. So I'll go to 2, positive 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's my parabola. Now I can graph it, right? Alright, so let me back up. Well, what did we do? What we did is we put down our x-intercepts. We found the middle. But I need an equation. Before I can plug in 2. So I made the equation from my x-intercepts. Once I got the equation, I can plug in the 2. Okay? All right, let's do example 2. Example 2 is just like it. Just like it, okay? Except we might have to deal with decimals. I don't mind. Decimals don't scare me. I have a calculator. Okay, so example 2. Let's start here. It's got a vertex. Okay, I got a vertex at 3, negative 4. Let's just start there. A y-intercept of 0, 2. So I need an equation. And I'm going to use this equation. Y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Why am I using that equation? Come on, it's easy. Tell me, why am I using this equation? Anybody? Why am I using this equation? Come on, you guys, you're smart. Why this equation? Why this equation? Vertex, yes. If I have the vertex, let's use the equation of the vertex, right? Isn't this the vertex equation that we used yesterday? So if I have the vertex, I can plug the 3 in for h. I can throw the negative 4 in for k, and I got a point 0, 2. All right, so let's go ahead and do this step by step. So first, negative 3 is going to go in for h. Negative 4 is going to go into k. So I'm going to write, okay, y equals a times x minus 3 squared plus a negative 4. Okay, awesome. So I got part of my equation. I don't have it all, but I got part of my equation, right? So I also have another point, but we'll get that in a second. Now, I need the value of a, right? How do I get the value of a? I need more information, but I have more information because I have a point. Every point has some x and y value, right? So I'm putting my 0 in for x and my 2 in for y, and then I'll be able to find the value of a, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my 2 and plug it in for y. My 0, plug that in for x. And then I can find the value of a. All right, let's do that. Let's simplify. I've got 2. I'm going to have a times up positive 9 minus 4. You guys okay on the positive 9? Okay, right there. That's a negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. Okay, I'm going to solve. I'm going to go plus 4. Plus 4. I'm going to have 6 equals a times 9. Right? I just went plus 4 plus 4. Divide by 9. Divide by 9, and that's 2/3. Okay, that's 2/3. Okay, I've got an equation. Awesome. Got an equation. Y equals, let's see, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to here to make my equation. I'm going to go back to here to make my equation. Okay, because I know what A is, right? So I'm going to go Y equals 2/3 times an X minus 3 squared plus K. I've got my equation. Awesome. Now I can graph it because I really have one other point. I've got a line of symmetry right here. Am I going too fast? I'll slow down for a second, okay? I'll slow down, okay? I'll slow down. I'll slow down. I found A.
How do you know where your line of symmetry is?
Awesome question.
Oh,
Has to
because
be,
you got the vertex.
I got the vertex. Has to go through the vertex. Everybody agree with that? Now, and because I've got a line of symmetry, Scott, I also have another point right there, don't I? Everybody agree? I have a point right there. It's my reflected point, and there's my parabola. So, let me back up before I move on. So, if I have intercepts, I used this equation, didn't I? If I have a vertex, I used this equation. Scott, question?
So why did you just have to do that whole equation if you just mark the 2 points it gave you and then mirror the one?
Right, right. So if all we had to do is graph it, boom, we'd be done, right? We wouldn't have to do any work, you agree? But we needed to find the equation, right? Great question. I mean, graphing was easy, you agree? I could have graphed it right off the bat. Boom, done, right? But if I need the equation, then I got to use these points to make the equation. Yes?
So if the question just says to graph it, that's all you
That's all I have to do, yeah. So if it says just graph it, you're right. You just go boom, boom, and then line of symmetry, boom, graph it, done. Done. That's what Scott's saying. But if I want the equation, then we got to do some work up here. Yeah, Tava?
Can you scoot the paper up so I can see the equation?
Yeah, yeah. So this equation is the equation we saw in our book, right? Our intercepts. That's the one they show in the book with the P and the Q, right? Okay, turn the page. I'll wait for you. Tava, you give me thumbs up when you get it, okay? Okay, good. All right. Now, example 3. Oh, it's in a different form. So let me take just a moment to just take a look at this. We have 3 different ways to do parabolas. We have, the one we like the best, parabolas. We have 3 different ways to do parabolas. One, we have vertex form. I like vertex form the best. I do. Vertex form is my favorite. Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. All right? That's easy. I like that one because the vertex is just HK, right? Favorite is the easiest to do. Everybody agree with that? Second one we learned a couple of days ago, and that was the standard form, okay? And that was y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. But we had a mini equation. You guys remember the mini equation? We had to use x equals negative b over 2a for that one. And then the last one we just got half hour ago was intercept form. So if we know the x-intercepts, we'd write y equals a x minus, they like p, and they like q. And then these are my intercepts. So my intercepts are at P0 and Q0. And then the line of symmetry is in the middle. Okay, so we're looking for the middle. Okay, so those are all the 3 equations we have. When do we use one or the other? It depends on the question. I think this is going to clarify a lot of questions you guys might be having, right? When do I use one? When do I use the other? So my very first question, I had intercepts, right? I used that equation. My second question, I had a vertex. I used that equation. Now the third question,
Show us
the third equation, sorry Scott, third example is in standard form, right? You guys see that? This is in standard form. So if it's in standard form, we have to use this equation, right? So if it's in standard form, I'm going to start with x equals negative b over 2a, because that's my line of symmetry, okay? How am I doing, okay? A is 1, B is 2, C is negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to find my line of symmetry first. Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Am I okay? All right. So let's find the line of symmetry because it's in standard form. So x is equals, let's see, negative 8 is a negative 2. 2 times a, which is a 1. Negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. So here's what I know. Line of symmetry is at negative 1, right? Now, where's the vertex? Somewhere on that line, right? Somewhere on that line, so let's plug it in. So if I plug it in, I'm plugging my negative 1 into the equation. So I'm going to go y equals a negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8. All right, I'll do a little more work here. Positive 1 minus 2 minus 8, which should be negative 9. Okay, so my vertex is at negative 1, negative 9. All right, I'm going to put that on the graph. Okay, so negative 1, negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now we're asked to find the zeros. The zeros. What are the zeros?
Can you just graph it and see what
You can, but it's actually really easy, Scott. Honest. Can I say honest? Really easy. Because set y equal to 0. If I'm finding the zeros. So what do you see? Do you see anything?
you take?
Just like our,
What if we factor it? Will this one factor?
Yes.
And then we get our mini equations,
Yeah.
and we get our zeros, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard, right? So we can factor this. You guys agree? X and X, right? Positive 4, negative 4, right? And so my X-intercepts are at negative 4 and at positive 2. I'm going to circle that because those are important values, right? Circle that. So at negative 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And at my positive 2. And I got one more point I can put down if I choose to, and that's my y-intercept. Okay, I can put that right there. Okay. And then graphing this is easy, isn't it? Like another one there too, right? Whole lot of stuff, huh? How's that? How am I doing? Last problem, number 4. Let's take a look at it, okay? Find the x-intercepts. Okay, this is easy. Find the x-intercepts. This is easy.
Could you just set it to 0?
Yeah, 0 is equal to 2 times x plus 1, x minus 3. Yes, because x-intercepts, the y's are 0, okay? Oh man, I already got many equations, don't I? I already have many equations. This is easy. So I already have a 0 equals x plus 1 and a 0 x minus 3. Get negative 1. Great question, Scott. What would happen if I just divided both sides by 2? It would just disappear, wouldn't it?
Could you do that, or could you, that's faster, or could you multiply it? Could you factor that in?
I could.
In the equation?
Yeah, I could. I could make this a, you're right, very good, but only to 1. So I could have it 2x plus 2, but I'll get the same answer,
Yeah.
right? You agree with that? And then x equals 3. Awesome. Now, what I know is this. I know the x-intercepts, but I want domain and range. So the domain's easy. Domain's easy. I'm not kidding. Domain is easy. I can just do a real rough sketch. I don't even need a beautiful sketch to do this. 1, because it doesn't ask me to graph, right? There's 1. And then there's -1, and there's 3, right? I know where's the line of symmetry? Line of symmetry.
One.
Yeah. Is x equals 1. I mean, you could do the average, -1 plus 3 over 2, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. So my line of symmetry is at 1. Okay. All right, we're going to think. We can do this. Domain. You guys know what it looks like. You guys agree? I mean, it looks like this. It's going to look something like this, right? Okay. It looks something like that. You guys agree?
Yeah.
It's got to look something like that. I know it's a positive 2, so it looks like this. So domain's easy. Domain. Tell me what domain is. How wide is this graph? How wide is this graph?
4.
Goes forever wide, right? All real numbers. Range. Huh. Well, right here is its very bottom spot, isn't it? I don't know this value. I know it's 1 something,
Yeah.
but I need to know that something so I know the lowest spot. How do I get that something?
Plug it in.
Plug it in. So I take 1 and plug it in. So I'm taking 1 and plug it in for x. I'll get the y. Okay, so I'm going to do that, right? So I'm going to go, all right. I'll go y equals, oh, my pen's dying on me. That's no good. Shoot. 1 equals 2 times 1 plus 1, 1 minus 3. Right? So just plug in 1 in for x, both spots. I'll get y equals 2 times a -2, because 1 plus 1, 1 times a -3. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8, but -8. So the lowest spot on this graph is at -8. So it's the range. That's it, greater than or equal to -8. So y is greater than or equal to -8. Whew! Lot to do, right? Lot of stuff. But we are almost done with parabolas. We'll review tomorrow. Yes, Scott?
Can you tell the vertex from how wide the parabola is? 'Cause
You
if you know how wide it is, then you know. I guess that's it.
you actually can. I'm going to stop the recording and I'll answer your question, okay?